Hello and welcome to day 5 of the networking update V2 challenge. And today we'll continue where we left off yesterday, where we forked GGRS and Bevy GGRS to make some values public so that we can access them and hopefully get to some behavior that we're looking for. So we'll get right into it and share my screen. Okay, here we go. So we've got GGRS, box game. And I'm going to change the dependency here to depend on my one. And I'll just comment this out so that I can easily get back to this. So we're going to want to say that it's going to be a Git repository, and we're also going to point to a specific branch. Yeah, so instead of the version, it's going to be something like this. All right. And we named our branch the same thing, but I don't remember what that was, so let's go have a look. Accept connections in game. All right. Accept connections in game. All right. Let me copy that down here. Now let's just open up GitHub. Make sure we have the right link. Let's start with this GGRS. It's game. All right. So this should be it. And the GGRS be very similar. All right, so if we can recompile that. Okay, so GGRS has different sort paths. Okay, is there maybe something I'm missing? All right. Okay, this has some, okay. I need to update this. GGRS, is there anything else? I think that's the only one. Not this one. GGRS 0.9, because I need the features wasn't banggen for this target. So comment this out. And this. No, instead of having this comment here like this at the end, I don't really like this. I'm going to leave the line that we had initially. Just commented out like I did here. Yeah. I can touch that easily. Only get changes here. All right, well, we cargo that tunnel. Oh, yeah, but we want these covered there. All right, so that should do it. Let's rebuild. Failed to find branch. I did not push the branch, probably. There's no changes in it, but let's push it before we make any changes anyhow. Just so that we know we're set up correctly. 60 chairs and baby chairs. Push. Push branch. Scared. And let's rebuild. Okay, what is it this time? Let's find branch. Accept connection. Was there an S here? Maybe it was connections. Yes. Let me make sure that we actually have the same name. Yeah, okay. Okay, I missed the S here. Typo. Ah, yes. Up here. Okay, there we go. And that should be good. Okay, we still got errors. What happened now? The trade by VGJS is not implemented for box game GJS config. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So this session here is coming from one of them's coming from GGRS, the other from Bevy GGRS, I think, and then we've got like within the dependency, there's a dependency on the other one. And so I've got the same dependency twice, except one of them is pointing to my version, the other one is the original version. I think that's what this is. So it's complete. REST analyzer is still loading some things, I guess. Doesn't look like it's doing anything now. Sometimes this happens. Okay, there we go. So sessions from Bevy GGRS. GGRS config is from box game. Okay, so I'm not sure what's wrong here actually, because we didn't change any of the code. And it's not what I thought. It's not like the dependency depending on another one. Where is our thing? Our GGRS config. Let's go to it. All right, this is in our code. Inside of box game. So let's just extract and then GRS debug. Is that it? It was saying, and we need to implement something on it, I think. Required by bound in session. Let's go look at session. That's implement config. How do I have to do this now? Pretty sure we didn't remove this and it was fine before. And we're using the same versions, aren't we? It's weird. Okay, well, let's look at what this is. Trait config, input state address. All right. Input state address. Okay, so if you have input state address and then maybe one of these, maybe one of these is not satisfying everything. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's not happy with this. Config not implemented for boxing. Well, we saw that the types are there. So maybe one of the types is not happy with, not implemented. Here's config. Let's look at the cargo document again. GGRS, where's the GGRS? Do we maybe have it again somewhere else? Bevy map chocks. Okay, is it maybe this? The matchbox. Bevy matchbox is not using the same GGRS. I think that's it actually. Okay. I don't remember how to do this, but I know you can patch Rust cargo patch. Dependency, okay. Okay, so yeah, it's gonna be something like this. But not that crates.io in our, oh yeah, it will be actually in our case. Will it? Okay. Trying to see. Yeah, not quite, but I want to patch this specific dependency, not this crates.io. Yeah. This. Okay, overriding. In case of dependency you want to override isn't loaded from crates.io. Well, it is, okay. So that's not what I thought here. The patch section can be used to override dependencies with other copies. Okay, yeah, I think it's gonna be something like this. Maybe like this. Well, this is the dependency, and then this is where it's patching in. In our case, it's going to be from crates.io. Because I don't want to override where the dependencies come from. I want to override the dependencies dependency. And I've done this before. Let's just go ahead and try it, I guess. Yeah, this might work. So we want to override the ggrs that's coming from grace.io to be R1. But then this might be annoying. So hopefully this will work. Maybe I have to patch GRS. Okay. Let's just try it. Let's compile something. Let's see if that makes it happy. Yeah, because we have Matchbox depending on GGRS. Yeah, okay, it's happy. Yeah, Matchbox is depending, Bevy Matchbox is depending on GGRS from crates.io. So doing this will say, yeah, it's doing what I wanted to. The yeah, any GGRS coming from crates.io will now become this, right? And the only case where that happens, I think, is Bevy Matchbox, which depends on it. All right, so now that we're depending on our forked versions, let's actually make changes to our forked versions. And let's just review what change we want to actually make. Why did I close that? Which one did I close? The VGJS. All right, that's game. All right. And I think we were looking at the main yesterday. We determined yeah, so the main thing is that we're where was it? Lobby system? Yes. So when all the players join, this take channel happens, and then the socket doesn't have a channel anymore. And this channel gets passed into start P2P session. And not to be confusing, I guess, but they name it a socket once it's in here, even though, okay, so yeah, it's this socket and this socket are not the same. This socket is just the channel that's contained inside of this socket. So, but yeah, regardless, oh yeah, so maybe we won't even be able to call players. And what else did we call on here? I guess it's just that connected peers. Oh yeah, but when you do like update peers or connected peers, it gets it from socket, doesn't it? No. Oh wait, wrong one. Connected peers, right? Or not? Self up peers. What can you do with the socket? The channel. Right, because I think maybe I got confused between the two yesterday. But definitely this take channel, the fact that the channel isn't there anymore, I think is affecting this because well, it's just a guess, I guess. So yeah. Let me just look in this file for socket. Was it socket channel? Yeah, it's called channel on this stage. Channels. Yeah, this is not what I'm looking for. Let me go to the type instead. So we got matchbox socket. That's what I want. And WebSocket. This is the channel, I think. So this is a tuple. It's just the channel in here. So is there anything that goes like self.0? Self.0. Okay, and world insert source. Okay. So we actually have a resource pointing to this channel. Is that right? That's all there is. All right. Oh, this is not helping. When does this channel ever get used? So maybe it's not this is not what we need here. But if I didn't take the channel, I mean, yeah, you could have more players joining, right? The game would never. This is where the number of players is being enforced. Yeah, right here. So once that happens, then the session build happens. It takes the channel. Yeah. If we did have access to the channel, what could we do with it, right? So maybe I did this, maybe I looked at this yesterday. I just don't remember. Let's see. Let's just remember this would create endpoints, and then it would just store the socket. It doesn't actually do anything in this function with it, I think. Yeah. But in this file, to do anything else, one of the functions in start, well, okay, start spectator session, start PvP session. That's it. And this socket is non-blocking socket config. It just has send to, receive all messages. Wait, is that it? Yeah, well, this is a trait. Oh yeah, okay. Receive all messages. What was I looking for? There was, I think I remember seeing this yesterday. What file was that in? So this is, okay, this is just when it starts the PvP session, but then this returns something else here. Oh, no, I don't want to change any of this. All right, B2P session, yes, this thing. So this thing has a socket. Oh, maybe this is the file where I should be looking for this. Socket. There we go. Send all messages. And then what about the receive? Receive all messages from address and message. And the message, we've got handle message. Okay. And message, is it gonna check? Is this a enum? How's the struct? Header, magic. All right, I don't know what the magic is, but body. Oh, we're getting to some low level stuff, I guess. But, I don't see any connection, disconnection, right? Message body. Yeah. Maybe the header. What is header? No, message header. Let's see. Okay, it just contains this value. What are these? What do these contain? Sync request. No. Okay. I don't think, like, even if we made it public, I don't think accessing this socket inside of here would help us. Extract final player list. Does this players do something that I didn't notice? No peer should be added at this point anyway. Is okay. So don't think that's an issue here. So yeah, I mean the only thing I can see is the socket.tick channel. What if we made another channel, right? When this happened, so we can keep listening. Would that be, I don't know if that'd be ideal though. Like ideally I'd want to clone this, I guess. Can I clone this? Because usually channels are clonable, or at least one side would be clonable. Take channel, get mute. Okay, or take, okay. um, just look at what we had here before. Handle joining players. What we're trying to do here? Session. Let's mute. And we got PDP session. Session, and then we can access, yeah. Couldn't access anything here because it was private. But we wanted to log some stuff. Yeah. Because this never happens. Socket update appears. Like it's like once the channel is gone, none of these ever trigger again. But the socket isn't here. But the socket doesn't have any kind of events. All right, okay, here's what we'll do. Oh, I think I looked at it already. But so Matchbox socket has, yeah, it just Matchbox socket. Hold on a minute. Didn't we do like dots? Oh, we did the take. Where's my main? Okay. Take channel. We call this take channel on this type. Okay, I overlooked this. Yeah, so when we do take channel, okay, if I just do channel, we get this as just okay, maybe okay, so we can get a mutable reference to it, and then we'll probably have to change a bunch of stuff. And then the take is the take channel. Maybe further down. Channel, get channel. Oh wait, get channel is a mutable reference. Oh, they're both a mutable reference. What's the difference? And so this one. Get channel. Okay. Immutable reference returns error if channel is not found. In the example, they're used almost the same way, except this one calls receive. Oh, this one does too. What's the difference between these two? This one just, okay, well, this one just calls this one. Maybe, I don't know why. They're literally the same, except this one returns. This get channel calls this channel's get channel, then unwraps it. So it will panic if there's an error or something. But if you wanted to access the error, you just call it get channel. Okay, get it open. Okay, self channels I can use. So this self that channels, what else does it do with these channels? Okay, so this is our take channel. So okay. Receive, send. Okay, what I'm gonna look at is one more thing. Have changes here? Change. Okay. One more thing is when we look at the connection, these events, yeah. So socket.update peers returns, I guess our list of peers. List of changed peers, I guess. And these have peer states. Where's this peer state coming from? This is what I want to see. Peer state, you see. Peer state receiver. It's separate from channels. Let's see where this is used. It peers. This is build. Go back to where that build is happening. Okay, so receiver and then the sender. The sender goes in run socket. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere now. So run socket, peer state, sender. Peer state sender. That goes into message loop channels. Okay. It's called channels. It's got a bunch of stuff. And when does channels get used? Again, this is not the same channels as before. We call it message loop channels. Message loop future. Channels here. Okay. Okay, signaling loop done. That's interesting. Yeah, that's very interesting. So like, if it was never done, like if I never hit this, then maybe we could continue receiving those messages. We have message loop done. Okay, message loop feature. We look at this function. Is it in the message loop that I will have? Am I still in the same path? And pay attention. Okay, so there it is. So, because I want to take a look at the signaling loop, well, maybe. Yeah, message loop, and then messages. I want to see. I don't know if I'm going to be able to see what I want here. Okay, new here. All right. Here about new here. So it is part of the message loop, looks like. Here and peer UID, and I guess peer left is there as well. So somewhere along the way, it's going to turn that into the peer state. Okay, peer state disconnected. I don't see the peer state connected though. All right, new peer. Okay, peer state sender. Right, it's got to do some stuff, some more stuff. That looks like there's some handshake stuff. So yeah, and then yeah, but it looks like it is handling the messages here. At least the disconnected, and then maybe this connected is somewhere further down the line. I dig deeper into here. Let's just go here, and then I'm just curious about the signaling loop. When does this one end? Right, so we have our loop here. And select break, okay. So when this completes, complete. Let's just do, I haven't encountered this before. It looks like it's related to the select. Oh, what am I? Okay, so I think never mind. This is just another thing in the select. Complete break, okay. Oh yeah, interestingly, this one does not do like request receiver. Next. Receive message. Here we go. So this would break out of the loop, right? And return an error. Result. Okay. This would break out of the loop, return error. This would break out of the loop, return okay. Okay. How does this happen here? This complete just an arbitrary value. Let me look that up. Rest select complete. Is that complete here? There we go. Complete. Default will run if none of the features being selected over are yet complete. Select the default branch will always return immediately. Since default will be run if none of the, okay. Complete branches can be used to handle a case where all features being selected over have completed and will no longer make progress. How does it know that? Okay. Oh, I see. So because these are features, once they're done, so basically they both need to happen just once, I guess. Like, I mean, they don't go on forever. They have some point where they're just done. So request receiver that next, I guess it's waiting for something here, and here it's waiting for something as well. So once the request is done and the message is done, then it's complete. Right, okay. Receive message. So as soon as okay. There we go. So whenever you call against once it's completed. So yeah, both of these only happen once and then complete once they both happen. It could happen in any order potentially. Or they could happen simultaneously. Now I'm going to click in that text message. This one just does a warning, but doesn't break after you with an error. So I guess this one's okay. You get a warning, but you'll still get a complete. Okay. Nothing happens, so you still get it okay here. Yeah, so it's still not like super clear everything that's happening here. But one thing is clear, once these conditions are satisfied, then this is complete, and then ultimately the signaling loop will end up being closed. And it looks like when the signaling loop is closed, no more players can join, right? All right. Request receiver. Yeah, still not like totally sure, but all right, let's go back here. Signaling loop done. If this is done, and it wasn't okay, complete error, okay. When this is all complete, this is, well, I guess it's the end of the program, right? Like, or at least the networking. Yeah. Signaling loop. So it looks like to me whatever is triggering, I mean, yeah, I guess I gotta look at the function, right? Creates a future that resolves the next item in the stream. Is it taking the stream thing? So this is a stream. Okay, it's a channel. Yeah, the thing with channels, they're really handy, but also it can get really hard to read. Like, how do I find the other end of this channel, right? It's not even going to be named the same, probably. Right, it's going to be somewhere else, completely disconnected somewhere in the code. It's harder to read code that has channels, but channels have their uses, and some things we must use channels to do. So request receiver and signal, these are two different channels, and they came from peer requests. Similar was new attempts to room URL. We should get a debug of this message. Received. I didn't notice this before. But it looks like when this happens, received message. Maybe you can go ahead and try that. I think our not this one. Let's see, 1, 3, 3, 7. No, that's not it. 1, 2, 3, 4, I think it was. Oh, it's not even running. Boom. It's about, but yeah, okay, now it's good. Let's look at logs. Here's join. Is there a received? Okay, yeah, it was a debug. So let's see. Signal received. Maybe it's this one. I can see peer connection as event. Huh. I wonder if the number of players is being enforced like elsewhere. How though? Like especially okay, I get it. If maybe if our URL, it could be reading the number of players from the URL, but we just had like a room name. How would it know, right? And the URL is just, I mean, yeah. Ultimately, it's just room name. Waiting for the channels to open. Okay, so let's try something. Because I think there's a lot that is going to be tricky to understand until we actually test some things and just see what happens. So, okay. But I think we have a better idea how this is all coming together though. So, okay. Let's try maybe with the room and not a number of players. No, we'll still use the default number of players on it. Oh yeah, as long as the number of players is okay, we could specify both. So like what was it called again? Players. Room players. Okay. We'll do players equals some big value 99. That we never hit it. And then room equals my room, yes. Players. Players. All right. The URL though, or the URL, yeah, what's being used to connect to the signaling server is not going to have the number of, should not have the number of peers, right? Unless I could be wrong about it. I can't remember if that was being logged somewhere or not. Maybe it's not. Probably would have been easier to start when you begin scrolling down. Received. Oh, there's another receipt. I think that's enough. Okay. Oh, here we go. Connecting to Matchbox server. Okay, there we go. My room. So, yeah. Perfect. I just wanted to make sure that the number of players isn't reflecting the URL in case something down the line is kind of expecting that. So that confirms that, and then here, so as long as okay, let's go here to the main, and then maybe like instead of take channel, or so if I take a mutable reference pass into here, I won't be happy with that. It's not gonna like that, and I think at some point, yeah, it's definitely not gonna like that because it probably has to send it. Like, I don't know what's the requirements here. Does it need to be sync or send plus sync or something else? I can't clone it either. Take might be the only option. And if I replaced it with another channel that's the same, I'm not sure if that would work either. So what do I do here? Because from the moment I take the channel, you know what? Let's just do something here. If connected peers, connected peers plus one, I guess. So if we're expecting two players, 2 minus 2 is going to be 0. So that's what this plus one is for. Yes. If does connected peers include yourself? So the connected peers. Because if I do, if is greater than 1, we could just comment this out, but I want to wait for at least the second player to join. Oh yeah, you know what? Let's just do this. So we'll start the game, and then I want to see if we still get the events for the second one joining. We probably won't. because it's going to take the channel, but yeah, maybe let's just see what happens. Yeah, it should start immediately. It's not going to be waiting for anyone, and then it'll just be out of sync, I guess. They'll be in their own games. Oh, what happened here? Connection was dropped. Was it too soon? Maybe there's still stuff going on, and this is just happens to be, introducing some kind of waiting period, and so uh not enough players have been added. Interesting. Oh right, because there is a check somewhere. Okay, PGRS does expect a specific number of players. Like when we do add player, or it starts, or do we have, okay, our dot players with non-players. Yeah. Okay. So I guess maybe let's just, yeah, okay, let's do that and see. We can test with 2 players though. And then we just want to make sure a 3rd player can join. We're not going to get these events anymore when a player joins. So if we can just keep that channel open somehow, and then a 3rd player could join, and then we'll have to figure out, getting it back in sync. But we should at least be able to have this trigger, right? And maybe we're doing this wrong, right? Like the channel doesn't exist anymore. Maybe it can exist. Let's just do channel. And then try and make that work. We do have the repositories forked, so maybe we can now. We don't need to unwrap this because it's already unwrapping. If we did get channel, then we would. Okay, so okay. Trait bound is not satisfied. What is it again? The trait bound mute. Non-blocking socket. How is this not implemented for? Is it just because it's a mutable reference? Expecting here, but what if this expected immutable reference? Something like this. That. Same. Not satisfied. Isn't it the same though? Do this. So this returns a WebRTC channel. That's it. Right. And then if we do channel, if I do get channel, then I'll have to remove the wrap. Mutable reference to WebRTC channel. But it's still a WebRTC channel. Where is this being implemented? For the non-mutable one, right? So like, maybe is there like so I guess this is implemented for when it's not mutable. When it's mutable all the time. It's not implemented. What is this trait? Because I don't know. If I just remove the trait now, that would be bad, right? Box new. I don't think you could box immutable reference. You have to like clone it or something. So it's got a sender and receiver in it. And you can call send or receive. So it's, I guess, a two-way channel. Okay, you for sure got to be able to copy this, like, bucket it's got to be a clone or something. Okay, we could write our own clone maybe. Sender receiver. You can usually have multiple senders, but only one receiver. But it depends. Both kinds of channels exist. But what kind is this, right? WebRTC channel, unbounded sender, multiple producer, single consumer. So the receiver here is what we can't clone. The sender we could clone. What do we get from the receiver? Pure state. Oh, we are getting the pure state from, no, never mind. It's pure state receiver. Wait a minute. Self.pure state receiver. Channel plurality on WebSocket. What I thought was, okay, WebSockets. The channel, okay. It's not the same receiver. And what if we pass the entire thing? Could we pass the entire thing and use channels that way? I don't know. Maybe. If only. Yeah, because all the rest of the stuff's all getting discarded basically. And we're just interested in this afterwards. I mean, I would think this would keep working though, right? Pure state receiver. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's a receiver from, I guess the sender gets closed at some point, maybe. I don't know. Or just doesn't get called anymore. Because I also haven't seen where the channel being removed just suddenly makes this die. Like, it doesn't make sense to me either. So, like, yeah, I'm bound. So that you get peer ID packet. I guess you don't get like the peer state. Um, there might be another way to. I don't know. Like, what if we pass this whole soccer thing, right? It's in a resource. Maybe one like that. Let's see. Is this callable? Probably not. I don't know. Do we absolutely need this socket? Here, PDP session new. It's gonna have the, oh yeah, well, we need it. I don't see how this could be the issue. The get channel. All right, it's not even related to I mean, we could maybe open another socket thing. Maybe like instead of getting the channel like this, where what could we do? What if I passed a new channel into here, right? And then maybe I could yeah, I don't know about the work. If I passed a new channel into here that I created based on what's in here, and maybe I just listened to these and then like because I can only have one consumer in this, so I had to have a consumer. Let's see. Uh, maybe. Okay, so yeah, I'll try and create a new one and make it work, I guess. Um, so this needs to be of type oh, it just needs to implement non-blocking socket. I want a WebRTC channel. So WebRTC channel. And we have like a new, hopefully. Oh yeah, I don't think we do. Let me just take channel here just to make sure we've got the same. Okay. Receive sent. I think I just have to create it as a struct. Yeah, okay. So WebRTC channel. I said this specifically. Let WebRTC channel. Let I guess channel this WebRTC channel, and then I'm going to need to provide. Oh, I can't get it. I can't. Oh, I have to import it. Okay. Yeah, import. Okay. So sender and receiver. So what I'm thinking is this one will have like a sender and a receiver. Whatever we receive will basically forward into here. And whatever we send will forward from here to here, right? So I'll create a set of channels. So this way, socket keep its channel, keep working. It won't even know that we started the game here. I just keep on listening for new players, and then we'll forward anything. Yeah. Hopefully this isn't like a ton of work just for something that this is just not going to work at all, but yeah, what type is expected on these? Unbounded sender and bounded receiver. All right, so I don't know which unbounded sender this is. Futures channel. So I go unbounded. I mean, yeah, I don't even have the dependency. Futures channel MPSC. Don't know what version. I guess we didn't end up changing this at all in the end. Yet, anyway. Okay, futures channel. What version are they using? We can just look. Wait, where's this coming from? Matchbox? Yeah, Matchbox socket. Heavy Matchbox, which will depend on Matchbox, I guess. And we do have Matchbox somewhere here. I mean, I'm assuming we need to go all the way down to Matchbox, but I could be wrong. Okay, Matchbox socket. This looks a little more like okay. So this is what they're using, futures channel. Right, hopefully this is what I need. Just match and do the same thing again. Okay, and then in the main, now I should be able to futures channel. There's MPSC unbounded. Probably can't do it here. Help me out here, Rust Analyzer. Bounded. So we've got the sender receiver. Which one's first? Let's forget. Sender, receiver. Sender, receiver. And we're going to need two of these, right? So, no, this is going to get really confusing. So, one is from Matchbox and the other one is to Matchbox, right? Send. Okay, Matchbox to this is Matchbox, right? Socket. It's coming from Matchbox. Yeah, Matchbox socket to GGRS. GRS. And then the other one's going to be the other way around. So like GGRS to Matchbox. Receiver. Okay. So the one that we're going to pass into here, this channel, we want the receiver to be Matchbox to GGRS receiver. And then we want the sender to be GGRS to Matchbox sender. All right. So this should work here. Okay. Private. No. Well, you know what? It doesn't even have to be a WebRTC channel. It just wants a struct that works. But yeah, it just says methods. Oh, that's lame. I don't have to fork everything just to make this work. There's got to be a way I could work around this. I'm gonna have to create my own type. It's not that complicated. It's just this thing. Do I have to do all this stuff? WebRTC socket. Okay, no, never mind. This is WebRTC channel. Yeah, I think this should be okay. It's a part of WebRTC socket. Yeah, but I don't need my channel to be the same because they're just kind of bridging. Yeah, so maybe I don't even need to copy that. Okay, name. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a WebRTC channel. It could just be some arbitrary struct, which it will be. Oh wait, as long as it satisfies, as long as it implements non-blocking socket. So as long as I have these two functions, it has to be sensing. A has to be clone. Yeah. Well, we're out of time. Yeah, to be able to achieve the behavior I want, I think we really have to go deep into this and make some potentially significant changes. I don't know for sure that this would work as a workaround, but it looks like we have a few things to figure out just to forward these messages the way we want to. I don't know, like maybe maybe this doesn't work, and when GGS is running, maybe it sends a message to everybody, hey, it's okay to drop the Matchbox server now. So yeah. I mean, another approach, which I mean, we'd lose a lot by doing this, but like if we want people to communicate without dropping it, like we could just, I guess, not use GGRS and then start with some very low level basic thing. I mean, that might not even be enough because we've got, yeah, no, definitely we have to use GGRS. There's for sure reusable things in there. I think it's just the session. Maybe we just need to write our own session, but we can reuse the rest, like the communication between the peers and all that low level stuff. Yeah. So for this, I think this would take a lot of time to really dig into. So I don't think I'm going to do another challenge on this, but I definitely want to get this to work. So maybe I'll yeah, well, I still have the weekend to decide what we're doing next week. But yeah, so yeah, potentially I'll do something else and then work on this behind the scenes and then get back to you guys when I have something that's workable, or at least something that we can yeah, I guess something that at least basically works, and then we can maybe improve on that together in a challenge. Because this for sure I think is going to take more than 5 hours. So yeah, to really get it working. I mean, here we're just trying to get the community, like the player to be able to join, but then there's all the synchronization stuff, like the player that joined later on didn't start the same as everyone else, so it's gonna have to catch up on everything that happened state-wise. Yeah. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I enjoyed it, learned a lot of stuff. Let me know what you think, comment, like, share, subscribe if you enjoyed this, and I will see you next week. Bye.